Hey, beautiful people. Listen, I know you read the title, like, girl, we have been in 2026. I know, but January technically is not over yet, so let's talk some of my 2025 favorites and get comfy because I have a list. I broke these down into 7 categories: reading, film slash media, beauty, music, creativity slash hobbies, self care slash decompressing, and miscellaneous. First on my list is my Kindle slash Kindle customization. So this is my Kindle. Here she is. I decorated her all by myself. I made this insert on Canva. This is from PopSocket, and then this is a little charm from Amazon, I think. Oh, and then I also have the little heart at the top so that I could hook this on. She is my pride and joy. I actually use this insert as my iPad lock screen and my desktop wallpaper. It's so beautiful. And it should be because I spent 4 hours on it. That's the customization part. I can give you a close-up. These are just pictures that I found on Pinterest, of course. I love swans. Top left ballerina is from the ballet Giselle, which is one of my 2 favorite ballets. I love flowers, so I've got some random little flowers. This bottom angel is a sculpture that is my favorite sculpture, titled The Angel. And just some other little random words. I'm a writer, so words are, of course, my love language. I did her all by myself, and I've been so proud of it. Burgundy is one of my favorite colors, so I feel like encapsulates me really well. So now that customization's out the way, we can talk about her. I got my Kindle for my 25th birthday last July. It was a gift from my grandfather, and of course he asked me what I wanted. I couldn't think of anything, but I did really want a Kindle at the time. The reason why this is one of my 2025 favorites, and actually why it's at the top, like it's the first thing I thought of when I started writing this list, is because I was in the biggest reading slump of my entire life for years, honestly, since mid 2023 up until 2025 when I got my Kindle. I was just not reading as much as I used to, as much as I did in college. Even though I wanted to, I would always have a book next to me. I just could not bring myself to open the book. I was reading here and there, but it took forever to finish a book. It was kind of bad. Anyway, I got my Kindle, and it was one of 2 things that pulled me out of my reading slump. Just the fact that I had this new device kind of got me back into the desire of wanting to read. I still haven't gotten back to my regular avid reader thing that I used to have going on, but I think I'm getting there slowly but surely. So yeah, this was, I said, one of 2 things that got me back into the swing of reading. It was the Kindle itself, and then it was one of the books that I read on Kindle that completely pulled me out of my reading slump. That book is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Now, I know this book is so popular, as it should be. There's a film coming out in 2 months. Genuinely, it like awoken the reader. I was reading it at work. I was reading it when I came home from work. I was reading it in the morning before I went to work. I was reading it in the car on the way to work. Like, there wasn't a time that I didn't have my Kindle in my hand to read Project Hail Mary. And I finished this book so quick. It was kind of crazy, like record time quick. And I'm a slow reader, so that's for one. Man, this will always have a special place in my heart. It pulled me right out of my reading slump. So those were numbers 1 and 2 on my 2025 favorites list under the reading section so far. The last thing I have on there is the Robert Langdon series by Dan Brown. Guys, guys. If you know, you know, okay? Dan Brown is infamous. People either love or hate his work, and most people hate it. These books, hold on, let me grab them. All right, here is Big Mama of a series. I have my Kindle here because one of the books of this series I actually did not want the physical copy of, so I read it on Kindle. Now that I've finished it, I regret that and I wish I did buy the copy. All of these have adaptations, and the one I didn't want was because it was my least favorite film adaptation. But the book was genuinely so much better than the film. I gotta go and get that and add her to the family. This is Dan Brown's massive 6-book series. I am just a Dan Brown lover. I have been rewatching Angels and Demons. Oh, I forgot to tell you what the books are. My fault. Let's see if I can rapid fire this. Book 1, Angels and Demons. This is what the cover looks like. This was my favorite cover of all the books. And then I got to book 2 and I was like, oh, of course. Of course. Book 2, Da Vinci Code. This one, man, 5 stars. No words, 5 stars. Book 3, oh wait, I lied. Book 3 is the Kindle one. Is it? Angels and Demons, Da Vinci Code. Yeah. Book 3 is Inferno, and it looks like this. This is an orange cover. And then book 4 is The Lost Symbol. Honestly, this one might have been one of my favorite books. This doesn't have a film adaptation. It has a series on Peacock, I think. Is it Peacock or? I think it's Peacock. I really enjoyed the series. It is vastly different from the book, and sometimes I go back and forth between whether I like the series more or the book more. They're both really good. Book 5, Mommy, if you're watching this, turn your head for 5 seconds. Book 5 is Origin, and it looks like this. I told her to turn away because she doesn't like snakes, and everything that has a snake on it, she would combust, probably. So, don't look. Now you can look. And then book 6, The Secret of Secrets. I ate this book up. Man, this is the only one that doesn't have an adaptation. I guess it makes sense. It just came out in September, but like, come on. If this was in the works, something should have been in the works simultaneously, because now I have nothing to visualize or nothing to put my visualizations to with film, and I could not stand it because I knew while going through this book that once I was finished, I could not enjoy the victory of watching it. I've been watching these films since I was in college, which was a long time ago. I went to college in 2018 and I graduated in 2023. Legit, throughout my entire college career, I was rewatching those films. Like, they became a sort of comfort franchise for me, and now it's one of my top franchises. This book was the reason I decided to pick up the series. I started in late October. I think in the last 2 weeks of October, I saw Dan Brown had posted that his book is coming out in September, and I was like, no freaking way, dog. So this was my motivation, and I sped through these books. The same way I was with Project Hail Mary, I had these books in my hand every single day. I was reading on the way to church. I was reading on the way home from church. Every minute of free time, I was picking these books up and reading. And even when I didn't have free time, when I was actively doing something, I tried to get some reading in. Those books were on my 2025 favorites list, but these are my top. This is book 1 and this is book 2. They're literally neck and neck. Like, there's no first place and second place. They're like first place and first runner-up. Sorry for rambling and talking out ear off, but there's a reason why these were on my favorites list. Before I move into the next category, I can't believe I forgot to show off my Kindle case. Look at how cute this is. This is a handmade, one-of-a-kind Kindle sleeve that was crocheted by my ex-boyfriend's little sister. I hate ex-boyfriend because it sounds so vicious. My boyfriend at the time, his little sister, she hand crocheted this for me. Nemo, if you're watching this, again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it so much. It's very soft. I do not bring this out of the house, y'all, because I'm scared it's going to get dirty and I won't be able to clean it. And then if it gets ruined, I will die. So, next category is film and media. Now, 2025 was the year that I got back into consistently logging the films I watch and love on Letterboxd. I will insert my Letterboxd on the screen. Give me a follow. I don't know why. It's not like I interact on there, but you will not believe the amount of, do you know this actor? Have you seen this film? and people are just name dropping stuff I have never once in my life heard. So I was like, I really need to start watching movies. I made it a goal to watch more movies. It was a thing I wanted to get into in 2025, and I'm so glad to say that I did get into it. The first thing under this section was Letterbox. The specific movies I have under here are The Da Vinci Code, and I have it as a rewatch, of course. I also have Nope on here, and that's a rewatch. I have Frankenstein, of course, phenomenal cinematography. And I just added Sinners. Y'all, don't fight me. I just watched Sinners like last week. I know it's been out, but I could not bring myself to watch it, y'all. I knew that it was going to change me from the essence of my being outward. It was going to change me. And I was like, I can't get into all that right now. I'm not in the emotional headspace. I can't deal with it right now. So for whatever reason, I was like, let me watch Sinners. And I watched it and I was like, exactly what I thought. The juke joint clip. When that scene was unfolding, full body chills. Like, it was just incredible. Okay. I felt every single thing. I'm ready for the center sweep at the Oscars. And if they get snubbed, I'm going to be very upset and somebody's going to be hearing from me. The last two things under this section is the page Cinema Feels on Facebook and It Welcome to Derry. I know that's not a film, but I loved it. I can't wait for the next season. It started a little slow for me, and Lily was irritating every fiber of my being from beginning to end. But man, I become so endeared to those kids and to that show that I am waiting, ready and waiting for season 2. My son, Rich, man, rest in peace, bro. Crazy. Sorry, spoiler if you didn't see it, but it's been out. So, and I knew Rich died, but watching it, I still cried. The reason I have Cinema Feels on Facebook is because that page inspired. It didn't inspire. I had the goal to watch more movies. Then I found the page. They post like a million times a day. And the way they structure their posts, you can get a sense of the cinematography. Cinematography is one of the biggest things for me in film. That and soundtrack slash score. If you can get me with those two things, we're locked in for life. The way Cinema Feels on Facebook just talks about film, it got me even more excited in 2025. And they introduced me to films that I wouldn't have on my radar otherwise. They deserve the shout out on my 2025 favorites. Category 3 is beauty. I'm really excited for this one. First thing I have here are perm rods. I really came into my signature style, I think, in 2025. I discovered that perm rods are the best solution for me. It takes 45 minutes and then I'm good for the week. It's like the life hack for lock girlies. I don't know. Maybe I was late to the game, but I also didn't get hang time until recently. So it just looks the way I want it to look now. I have always wanted to have my hair down and not out. And so I don't know if my locks have dropped yet, but they are dropping at least. And now I'm finally happy with how my hair looks. Wearing perm rods just confidence booster, okay? Don't let me wear perm rods and then have to do my makeup. Man, you can't tell me anything. Next is really random, but polka dots. I know they're trendy. I really, really do. But I have been a polka dot warrior since before the trend, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, I was loving this before you guys. Not even in that sense. I just mean that my grandma's favorite pattern is polka dots, and since finding that out when I was in high school, for some reason I made it this mission to also love polka dots. And not even actively. I never brought them into my space. It was just, oh, I know my grandma's favorite pattern is polka dots, you know? I remember her even telling me, when I die, put me in polka dots. Like, wow. What a comment to make. I know she's dead serious. Maybe her love for polka dots affirmed mine. I have been really into wearing this pattern. I've got these two huge scrunchies that I love. It wasn't even on purpose. My phone case, like, come on. Like I said, burgundy is one of my favorite colors. It's polka dot. is perfect. I have really appreciated polka dots in 2025, and I don't see myself letting them go anytime soon. So maybe I did hop on the trend, but let's see what's next. Into the nitty gritty of beauty, I have liquid blush. Let me pull them out. I don't have a lot, and that's because I just started getting into liquid blush, but now I think I found my groove. So this is the first liquid blush formula and liquid formula that I tried of makeup products at all in 2025, and I just completely fell in love with it. This is what the color looks like. After I started using this for a few months, I started to branch out even more, so I went with e.l.f. So I've got Suave Mauve and Cherry Lychee. The Cherry Lychee is the pinker one. I was pleasantly surprised by the ColourPop one. This is Super Shy. I don't know why I didn't think it would not work, but I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did for some reason. This is how the color looks. It's this beautiful pink. When I put it on my cheeks, it comes up. Like you can see that it's pink. It doesn't change and turn warm the way some makeup does on brown skin. I really found myself gravitating towards that one. Liquid blushes was something I really enjoyed in 2025. I'm glad I branched out. Next up, I'm not even gonna go grab it. It's the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm Powder. I was asleep. I really was asleep. It's not all the way my fault. I just feel like $40 for one makeup product is ludicrous. And that's why I can't get into some of Danessa Myricks, Pat McGrath, those high-end beauty products. I know they're high-end, but like I just feel like makeup should not be that much money. I was really intent, and I still am, on finding a makeup routine that will not make me look like I have melted off by the end of the day. And not even by the end of the day, honestly, my one goal was to come out of church not looking like a melting wax candlestick. Seriously. I can genuinely say I see the difference in my makeup when I use the Danessa Myricks Blurring Ball. It is really helping my makeup routine. I have to give Danessa a thank you. That's why this product is one of my 2025 favorites. Next is the Eclair by Lattafa perfume. Y'all, if you take nothing else from this video, please take that I cannot wear this perfume without somebody saying, "You smell like cake. You smell delicious. It smells like dessert in here." One of my 6th grade students, she said, "Miss Alena, you smell scrumptious. I'm sorry." And then her and her other friend next to her came up and sniffed me. And I was wearing that perfume. It just genuinely smells so yummy and delectable. And the feedback from other people is god tier. It makes me feel really good about myself. Seriously. I have a coworker who she will come in for lunch while we're eating, and then she'll say, "There you go, smelling like candy." And it's like, thank you, you know? The compliments are just otherworldly. I have never been this complimented on how I smell before, and it is solely because of this Lattafa Eclair perfume. This next category is very short and sweet because there are only 2 things on there. It's the music category. There are 2 albums instead of songs. Because if I go into songs, I could be here all day. You could be here all day, and I know you're not going to watch this video, okay? The first album is Spirit of Praise 11. It's called Next Level. Y'all, I rarely share my music interests. It's so unorthodox, I think I would say. And I can't even get into all that right now, but one of the biggest things that make me up as a person is the South African gospel genre. I listen to South African gospel on a loop legitimately from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to bed. Spirit of Praise is the group that got me into South African gospel. It was like the gateway group for me. And then it opened up other artists, not even just South African, Congolese, Nigerian, everything. I don't know when this shift happened for me in my life, but if you don't believe me, I have decided I'm going to learn Zulu just on the side, just for my personal gratification and education, because I know verbatim what these South African gospel singers sing about. I have learned their language from their music, which is incredible in and of itself. Just imagine if I was taught, I'd be unstoppable. It's because of Spirit of Praise and their artists. I say their artists because the next album on here is the Heart of Gratitude album by Matima. She had a song on Spirit of Praise album 10, completely changed my life. Like, I can't even get into this right now. I started listening to her because I found her on the album. She released her own album titled Heart of Gratitude, and through her album I'm finding other artists, Mapula. It's incredible. I have those two under music because I kid you not, every single day of 2025, I've listened to one of these albums. That might be like clinically insane. It might be, but it might also be the reason why I'm not dead. Like, if you know, you know, okay? Now, let's completely pivot, okay? Oh child, I gotta shift. Next category is creativity slash hobbies. I'm very excited for this one. First thing I have on here, okay, I'll just read it and then I'll explain. So I have Mademoiselle Alena slash Lady Lena. I kind of unintentionally branded myself in 2025, and now I just really like it because it's given me this confidence that I don't know. It's like an alter ego, even though it's me. Like, my name is Alina. I don't even know what to say about it. It's given me this newfound confidence, and it just makes me feel like a person, you know, Mademoiselle Alina, Miss Alina. And then I started teaching, which wasn't intentional. Now my students call me Miss Alina. It's kind of funny now that I say it out loud, though. I don't know. I started calling myself Lady Lena, and people started calling me Lady Lena, and I was like, yeah, I am Lady Lena. Like, I should call myself that because you guys are calling me that, but you're calling me that because I started calling me that, you know? So I branded myself unintentionally in 2025, and it's been working for me. I started my YouTube channel as Mademoiselle Alina because Mademoiselle means miss in French. It's not exact, but it kind of matches Lady Lena. It's like the French version of Lady Lena. I don't know. It makes sense in my head. I really enjoyed it. Just give it to me, okay? I like this. Don't take it from me, okay? Second thing under creativity slash hobbies was Lena's Flowers and Letters. I have a flower business, if you don't know. I started my business in March of 2025. So I'm about to be a year. It's in my 2025 favorites because I started a venture that is very personal to me, that I enjoy, that I think I'm good at. I haven't had like $1 million worth of sales or whatever. And I'm actually in a slow season right now, but that's perfectly fine. The clients will come when they come, and I'm not even stressing. Third on the list is fountain pens. Let me go grab that joint real fast. So I use a fountain pen for the letter writing side of my business. I will insert a clip so you can see. And that really inspired me to use a fountain pen in my everyday journaling. So I got this pen from Amazon. I actually haven't put ink in it yet. One, because I just got it. And two, I am waiting for my Louise Carmen inspired traveler's notebook to come in the mail. I am christening that joint with this pen. You're not ready for this. Is this not me in a pen? Like, incredible. So I got this and I cannot wait to use it, man. I really can't. Let me show you the tip. This is how it looks. Fountain pens are on my 2025 favorites because I only use them when I am writing the letters for my business, and they scratch an itch in my brain. I do want to practice my penmanship just to not lose it because I am complimented all the time on my handwriting, but you got to practice stuff just to keep it, you know? So, I got to do that. But yeah, let's see what's next. Okay, fun. So the last thing on this section was DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So that's what I'm recording on right now. I am so happy I bought this. Like, I've been wanting this camera for years. I wanted this camera for so long. I wouldn't say since it came out. Maybe like I started wanting it a year after. because I saw everyone getting it, and of course it was trendy and fun. Like, new technology is always exciting. But I was like, am I really going to use it? Like, I didn't have a YouTube channel when it came out. I wasn't posting anything. Um I posted like little OOTDs here and there on TikTok, but like now I don't have TikTok, so why would I have a DJI if I don't have anywhere to put the footage that I'm gonna buy it for, especially if it's $1,000. So I was like, I really want it, so I'm gonna get it. I got it, and I was like, I didn't spend this much money on this camera just to have it sitting around. You better start using it. So I started my YouTube channel. I started talking to the thing. Now I love this thing. And every time I sit in front of it to record, I feel like I can talk for days. I'm not a talker, I'm not social like that. Um, but it feels very easy to talk to this camera. I'm still figuring out how it works and all the quirks and stuff, but it has been so rewarding so far. And even if my videos don't get seen by anyone, I really, really enjoy filming on it, and I enjoy editing what I film and posting it. It just looks so good. So I'm very happy that I purchased this, and it deserved 100% a spot on my 2025 favorites, even though I literally got it December 31st. All right. Second to last category, and I gotta go quick. I've been saying this, but my camera's dying, so let's see. I have self-care slash decompressing. First thing I wrote down was my Nintendo Switch. First of all, it's in this adorable case from Sticky Tech. One of my favorite colors. One of my favorite colors for bags. I wouldn't say it's my favorite color. I'm lying. It's one of my favorite colors. This is what she looks like, all decorated. This was also definitely a trend when people started talking about the Switches. I did fall for it, but for good reason. I did want a I did want this. Like, it was never a question about whether I actually wanted it. I did want it because I did want some sort of outlet to play games. Because I don't really play games, and I didn't before I had this. The girls were customizing their Switches were so adorable. Like, I fell into that part, the customization, but having this has been so fun. I haven't been playing it as much recently just because I have other things that I'm doing as hobbies now. But I am going to try to pick this back up in 2026 because it brought me so much genuine joy at one point, and I just had to include her. I have a Hogwarts Legacy game. That game was really fun. I started playing it and then I got sick while playing it, so I didn't go back to playing it. But yeah, I had to include her. She did everything she needed to do for me at the time, and I want to pick her back up and give her, that attention again, and maybe try to find some games. I kind of put it down, but I want to pick it back up because it's very fun. If you don't have a Switch, you should have a Switch if you like games. And it doesn't even need to be, I have the OLED, it doesn't even need to be the OLED. My sister has a Switch Lite, so I played on her Switch for some time too before I got my own. So very fun. Next thing I have on the list is digital puzzles. So I was really into this for a time in 2025. I would do a puzzle a day, seriously. I downloaded this app called Jigsawscapes, and you can just do a million puzzles. So the app looks like this. I was doing puzzles, like I said, a puzzle a day, and it was kind of crazy. I feel like 2026 is the year for hobbies, 2025 and 26, because there's like been a resurgence of doing stuff that doesn't require your phone. I know this is a screen, but I just don't have the space to do physical puzzles, especially all these puzzles that I've done. Like, that will be a lot of puzzle boxes to try to store. So, because I love puzzles and I wanted to do puzzles, I just figured I would do the digital option, and it's worked for me. And I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to continue doing that. If you haven't, you should definitely try. One thing I like about this specific app is you can change the puzzle sizes. So whatever picture you choose, you can make the puzzle pieces larger or you can make them smaller depending on the level of difficulty you want for your puzzle. So I try to switch it up sometimes and do the smallest version. And then sometimes I'm like, let me just do this real quick and I make them bigger. So it's really up to you. It's customizable. There are a million and one options. Every puzzle is new and different, and I like it. Kind of in a similar vein, next thing on the list is word search. So the reason I picked up word searching as a hobby is because now I work with middle schoolers and we have done a few word searches already, and I forgot how much I loved word searches. So one time we were in school, we had a word search. I did the word search and I went home and I ordered this book on Amazon. Next up, journaling and candles. So, again, candles are hit or miss for me, but I do have a candle holder and I buy the taper candles and just put them in there, light them, and it's just a very beautiful, moody situation. I did a lot of that in 2025. I want to continue doing it in 2026. Journaling. I've always had a love-hate relationship with journaling, honestly. I just recently got back into the groove of it, and I don't junk journal or bullet journal or anything like that. I simply just write. There's not really much else to say, honestly, but I've been very consistent lately with it. And so I put journaling on my 2025 favorites because I was very into people's travelers' journals and how they set them up. That's propaganda I fell for. But I know for a fact when I get my hands on my traveler's journal notebook, it's going to change my life. Like, I've been journaling in this every day, and I have other journals already that I'm just going to put inside the leather trifold cover, and I know it's going to be my new personality, but it's also going to be very cathartic, and like I just feel like it's going to help me a lot. So I'm really excited for that to come in. I got it from Etsy, and I don't know, patience is a virtue, so just got to wait. This is the miscellaneous section, and I have matching pajamas, a hand fan, and this is kind of sad actually. This is the car. Ooh. This is the car that I've been obsessed with since 2024, but I was really, really obsessed with it in 2025, and I almost got my hands on it in 2025. Then they said I needed a cosigner. I wanted to kill myself. Man, I want nothing more than to have my car, and because I don't, it just drives me nuts, but no pun intended, okay? I put it on my favorites because I was borderline obsessed with it and kind of detrimentally. And now the fact that I don't have it, it just makes me really sad. But I did put it there and I didn't want to take it out just for the video. It has a special place in my heart. I will have her one day. I just hope it's sooner rather than later. Last thing is a hand fan. I actually, my mom put me on because she brings one to church. And I was like, yeah, let me get one. And she gave me one. Now I had to upgrade. I got myself one. It's got black lace, very beautiful. I didn't want it to be too flashy. This is a bamboo hand fan. And this one actually I just got maybe last week. And it came in this beautiful little slip. And it's lace again. It's practical and it's pretty, and that is something I can appreciate. Now that I've gone through the list, let me mention the stuff that I forgot to mention earlier. In the beauty category, I forgot to mention these e.l.f. lip oils. I want a million of these. They are just my favorite. The colors, the feel, perfection. Perfection. This is random, but this, wait, what is it? This Palmer's Cocoa Butter Lip Balm. So this is actual chapstick. Like, I'm not a lip gloss every day kind of girl. I need chapstick. And this has been my favorite. My mom put me on. It's very moisturizing and hydrating, which is kind of ironic because everything else, cocoa butter, is just the opposite. But this is very, very good. And every time I finish this, I just repurchase it. So this is a regular chapstick that I keep on me at all times. And if I don't have it, I ask my mom for hers. And if she doesn't have it, then the world is upside down because I need it, okay? And of course, if you're seeing this video, it's because of my big body, beautiful silver iMac. I just love it. I got her in 2026, but she made this video possible, and I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful, and I'm really proud of myself for buying it all by myself. You know, no one bought it for me. I bought it all by myself. I saved up my money because I knew I needed it and I knew it would help me. It's been 3 days and it's already proving to be so helpful. So yeah, those are all of my 2025 favorites. Thank you so much for sticking this video out if you made it this far. If there's anything that I had on my list that you had on your list, let me know. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you have any suggestions, of course, for videos or any feedback on my content, I would love to hear it. Please let me know in the comments. And yeah, see you in the next one.